You having a good time? I said, are you having a good time? Okay, let's see if I can change that. Anybody have a good week last week?
No.
3 of you. Okay, so the rest of you are like me, you had a shit week, is that right?
Yeah.
Last week started really badly. I got a phone call telling me that a mate of mine in England, Dave, had died. A mate of mine had died. Thank you. You're starting to understand, aren't you? Good. Anyway, apparently he was on a boating trip, he fell off the back of the boat, boots filled with water and he drowned. Anyway, I managed to get a quick flight over to England, got together with some of my friends, we bought some flowers, we had a wreath made in the shape of a life jacket. That's what he would have wanted, you know? Apparently there was a really big insurance payout. 100 grand his wife got for insurance. She spent a whole lot on the funeral, apparently. I looked around and I thought, well, I can't see where she spent that money. So I said to her, I said, Amanda, where did you spend 100 grand? She said, I spent 5,000 on the coffin, the service, the flowers and all that. And I spent 95 on a memorial stone. A memorial stone. I said, what kind of memorial stone was it and how big was it? She said, well, it's about 2.5 carats and it's set in white gold. She definitely was not splashing the cash because she's put us in this shitty cheap hotel. I mean, you know cheap hotels are like. I knew it was a cheap hotel. I walked into my bedroom, walked into the bathroom, and I found they'd been to my house to steal the towels and soap. I tried everything in the minibar, all tasted like shampoo, it was shit. And the walls, you know, the walls are thin. Turned out that my mate Jerry, his wife, is a screamer. I said to him the next morning, I said, Jerry, I didn't know your wife was a screamer. He said, neither did I until she found me in bed with Dave's widow. And of course I met up with some old friends, and you know, when you haven't seen them for a few years, they start talking to you, they start telling you stuff. Turns out Dick, my friend Dick, is having sex with 2 twins. And of course, I mean, everybody has the same question you want to ask, don't you? How do you tell them apart? He said, so I asked him, and he said, well, it's easy. He said, there's Andrea, she's got long blonde hair and big tits. And then there's George, he's got a beard and hairy bollocks. Another of my friends, Dick, he got drunk and he started telling me about his sex life. And he said, my wife is always complaining about her sex life. I said to him, well, do you ever give her an orgasm? He said, yeah, every time. I said, yeah, and? He said, she just spits it out. I don't know, what can you tell people? Anyway, after all that, I got away from the funeral, and unfortunately there was this big family meeting, okay? We had a big argument in the family. We were trying to decide whether Grandma should be buried or cremated. And it was a huge argument. It was 50-50. We were half of us for burial, half of us for cremation. So in the end, we just said, all right, fuck it, leave her in the retirement home a bit longer then. Because apparently she's really popular in that retirement home. Apparently she gives the best hand jobs in the retirement home. And there was me thinking Parkinson's was a problem. I don't know. Also, she's being studied by the doctors in the retirement home because apparently she's a psychic amnesiac. What that means is that she knows in advance what she's going to forget. Anyway, while I was in England, I went back to the house. I decided to have a clear out because, I mean, it's nearly Christmas now, isn't it? And, you know, there's all the shit from last year's Christmas that's got to be got rid of. So I had cleared out loads of stuff from the garage, next door's wind chime, that kind of stuff, you know. Bloody wind chimes. Anyway, cleared it all out, threw the Kindle out, so I've read it. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm into books, you know, real physical books. What I do is I like to read a good book. I don't keep them. I tear the last 5 pages out, take them to the charity shop. Anyway, I went down the tip, and you know what these people are like at the tip, okay? You get something, the people who work at the tip, they want to steal your stuff. They're watching. they're watching you. You got something good? It's like, I think they've got like a little radio system. There's a bike at skip number 4. Don't look now. Bike at skip number 4. So what I do now is when I go to the tip, I take the bike out the back of the car, I take all the other shit out, throw all the shit in there, and they're all watching me. They're all eyeing up the bike, waiting to see what I do with it. And then I pick the bike up, put it back in the car, and fuck off. Anyway, all that was done. I came back to Budapest. Bloody hell, wasn't it cold? What happened? I'll tell you how cold it was. I saw a picture of Viktor Orban with his hands in his own pockets. That's how cold it was. So I thought, okay, I'm back in Budapest, everything's going to be okay, we're going to be fine. I came here tonight, I went downstairs to get a drink, walked up to the bar, I said, hi Attila, can I have a bang? This guy pushed me out of the way. He said, give me a palinka, quick. Okay, fine. So they served him a palinka and he downed it in one. So I said, can I? He said, give me another one. Okay, they gave him another one, downed it in one. I looked at him, I said, what's going on? He looked up at me and he said, first blowjob. I said, oh, what are you celebrating? He said, no, I'm trying to get rid of the taste. So that was the end of my shit week. It's all gone much better now since I stood up here and you guys helped me out by laughing. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you so much. I've been driving this day.
Clive Wilton there, taking us to the interval. So we've got 20 minutes to go and have